All right. And so the best way to increase your finances is super duper easy. And in fact, you already possess this right now. Okay. Now, all you have to do is start applying it, and you will see a difference in how you acquire money and possessions and or in your material and financial stability. Okay. And so in this live, I will be discussing how harnessing the energy of your second house in your astrology natal chart will energetically align you to exactly how you are supposed to earn money, which will bring you more ease and more flow in acquiring resources. Okay. And so, if you are new to me or to the channel, my name is Katrice, and I am the Practical Insurance Agent. I am a licensed health and life insurance broker. And on this channel, I teach women entrepreneurs how to use insurance to increase their wealth, financial literacy, retirement, and estate planning. And you'll also get some mindset and financial astrology sprinkled in. And so, if that is your vibe, welcome to the tribe. Okay. And so now, as you are watching this live, if you are being enriched by the content, then please do give it a thumbs up. Okay. All right. So let's jump into it. Okay. So if you are new to astrology, or you may not be new to it, you might understand the sun signs. That's more that pop astrology where people talk about the sun sign. But the sun sign is not the be all. Okay. When you are looking at astrology to use it as a tool to help you in to navigate life, you need to look at the entire um, astrology chart. Okay. Not just the sun sign, because the sun sign is really only a small piece of who you are. Okay. Um, and so, when each of the houses in the astrology chart, when you pull your astrology chart, it is divided into 12 houses, okay? As if you're using the whole sign house system. Now, there are other house systems that you can use. Another really, really famous one is Placidus that a lot of people use. I started out using Placidus when I first got into astrology, and then I came across the whole sign house tech, the whole sign house system, and it was just so much easier. And it is the traditional house system of astrology. So, any of my videos that I talk about, I'm going to be talking about whole sign houses. But if you know astrology already and you use Placidus, it doesn't matter. This can work. This work either way, no matter what house system you use. Okay. And so in the second house, okay, the second house of astrology, that is the house of your money, your material resources, how you acquire money, and your self worth. Okay. And so when you are looking at that house, when you first start looking at your natal chart, you have to understand the houses. The way I learned and was the easiest way for me was to understand the meanings of the houses first, because that's the base of the pizza. I look at the astrology chart as a pizza, right? It has 12 slices, 12 equal slices. And then I look at um, the energies, the zodiac signs, the energies on each houses. That is like the cheese, okay, and the sauce. Okay, I would say that's like the cheese and the sauce, okay. And then the planets or any placements that you have, those are the different toppings like pepperoni, sausage, mushrooms, pineapple if you like pineapple, ham. Okay, those are the toppings, right? And so when you first are making a pizza, you start with the dough, right? Which would be the houses. And so you need to understand the houses, each of the houses first, to understand what they represent. And then I go and I look at the signs, okay? Now, when it comes to the signs. When you look in your chart, okay, the sign that is on the second house in your natal chart, that is how that house's contents will be expressed. So in here we're talking about the second house, which is your material resources, um, your personal resources. It's all of the resources, things that you acquire outside of real estate, which is the fourth house. Okay, so you want to look at the energy to see how that energy is going to be expressed in your money. Okay. So when you are looking at the energies, there's 12 zodiacs and they are broken down into four different categories. Okay. There's the earth energy, which earth energy is of the material realm. It's the more practical type of energy. Then you have air energy. Air energy is it's more flexible. It's of the mind. It's more of a mental communicative energy. Then you have fire energy. Fire energy is all about it's bold, it's fiery, it's taking action. Okay. It just wants to go, it wants to move, it doesn't just want to sit idle. Okay. Think about fire. Fire, once a fire gets started, it goes, it doesn't sit, right? And then you have water energy. And the water energy is more of it flows, water flows. Okay. And so when you look at the second house and it's talking about money, you want to look at the energy that is on that house, and that will tell you your energetic signature when it comes to money. Because you have to remember that money is energy, okay? And even though, yes, it's tangible and you can touch money, coins and dollar bills and things. When you think about it, though, money is really energy. And so it's how you interact with money energetically, how you feel about money energetically, the things you say about money, all of that is energy. And so you want to tap into your energetic energy when it comes to money. Okay, so if you have um earth on that house, so that would be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Okay, those are the earth signs, the earth energies. You are going to be somebody who, when it comes to your money, you're very grounded, you're practical, and you're conventional. Now, that's the base of earth energy on that. Okay, you're going to be grounded in your money. You're not going to be somebody who just spends money recklessly. It's going to have a practical purpose for it. Okay, you're not just going to go and buy a jet. Um, just go buy a jet just to buy it if if it doesn't financially make sense for you. Okay. Now there are differences to that, depending upon the toppings, which are the planets. Okay, if you have planets in your second house, that will add another layer to your money energy. But for the sake of what we're talking about right now, we're just going to focus on the energies, okay, on the house. So when it comes to you and handling your money, you're going to take a very grounded approach, okay, a very practical and conventional approach. So for you, you may yesterday I talked about money allocation on the live yesterday. So if you haven't seen that, go back and watch it. And that might not be for you. I talked about how allocation versus budgeting. Okay. And that may not be something that is for you. You may not like that. But you may like budgeting. Budgeting may be your strong suit, having earth on that house. Okay. And so, when it comes to looking at products like growing your finances, any products that you may be looking at for to grow your money, you are going to look into things. It's not that you would be averse to high risk. However, it would just have to make a whole lot of sense for you in order for you to tap into something that is really, really super high risk versus something that's medium risk or a lower risk. Okay. And you may think it is okay, or you may think it's fine to miss out on the very high reward if you can protect your capital, right? So it's all about stability for the earth, material stability, financial stability, if you have earth on that house. Okay. Now, when you go into air on that house, the air energy on that would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Okay, those are the air signs. Okay, now air energy is more. You would be somebody who is more calculating when it comes to your money. You have a more calculating mind. These people with this are very adaptable, cooperative, and progressive when it comes to their finances. Okay, and they will. Really sit down and think about and calculate, um, to see if it makes sense for them, or uh, is the reward uh, is the reward that they're getting, is it worth this. Now it's a little that's a little bit different from the earth signs, because the earth signs mostly like to kind of play it safe, okay, for the most part. Okay, now there can be some nuances to that, but for the most part, earth energy likes to just play things safe. Okay. Air energy on this house would be a bit more open to taking more of a risk versus to get a higher reward. Although Earth with air energy, it you can't overthink. Okay, you can't overthink and or overanalyze, and so that you might need to watch out for that when it comes to your finances, to not sometimes you just have to kind of go with your first mind and don't overthink so much. Okay. Now when it comes to Libra, if you have Libra on this house, a good thing with Libra is the energy of partnership. And so when it comes to finances, if you have Libra on this house, you will want to do things that are in where you can be in a partnership. You can make money within a partnership. Those types of things work for you, where you can work. One-on-one things are really good for people who have Libra on this house. But either way, you are going to be somebody who, you may do a pros and cons with your money, like when it comes to making financial decisions. You may want to do like a pros and a cons list to see, weigh out the pros and the cons, um, to see which would be best for you. Okay. Um, Now, if you have fire on this house, fire would be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Okay. Fire on this house is the high risk, high reward. Okay. Fire energy is bold, it's passionate, and it's expansive. Okay. And so when you typically will do things where it could be dangerous. Um, it could be very dangerous. It could have a lot of risk to it. Um, but that is, you don't like to, you, when it comes to making your money, you are like, let's go, go, go. Let's get it in motion. You don't want to sit around and you don't want to think about it. You don't want to, you will put some thought into it, but you're not going to mule over it like air may or like earth may. You are going to see it. You're going to look at it. You're going to go through it. And you're going to be like, okay, this makes sense. And so let's go. Right. You can look at the type. Another thing to see what type of energy you have is to look and see the types of jobs you've had in the past. um, your business, what type of business do you do? Okay, like for example, I have earth on the second house. I have Virgo on the second house. And so I have a service based business. Okay. I'm an insurance agent. I am providing a service. Virgo energy is a energy that is service oriented. Okay. And even when I look at my jobs in the past, I've had jobs where I was being of service. Like I used to be a CNA when I was younger. I used to do financial aid, right? And so these were jobs where I was serving people in a serving capacity. Okay. Now, somebody who has, say, Aries on the second house, okay, you're not going to be somebody who, and I'm not saying that an Aries can't be a CNA, but that's not a job that would be best suited for you. Okay. Aries energy needs something that's bold, where they can go out and, really work, really do. Like being a police officer would be a good energy, or in the military, that would be a job, that would be good for Aries energy. Okay. So the energy that's on that house really does play a role in that. And so, but when it comes to your finances, having fire on this house, you're going to want to um, make sure that you read the fine print. Make sure that you go through everything. Um, Not just because it sounds good, you just off to the races and do it. Another energy is Gemini, also on this house, needs to, because Gemini energy has a tendency to, because it's air energy, it's very intellectual. It has a tendency to kind of skim through things and not really focus on big picture. And then that can lead them into trouble. Sagittarius, which is the opposite of Gemini, it will focus on big picture and not per se really go into details like it should. And so that can also cause issues. So you want to be very mindful of that when it comes to the energies, okay? And then the last one is water, which would be Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. And water on this house, you're intuitive, you're focused, and you're empathetic. Okay. And so water energy is more intuitive. When it comes to your finances, you're going to be more intuitive. And so when you are going to want to look into jobs or into businesses where you can use your compassion, or you can use your intuitiveness, your emotion, to be able to bring money in that way. Okay. Um, because the one thing that I have learned about these energies is that when you tap into your energy of making money, it becomes easier for you to make money. It's not like you're fighting against the grain. So for me, being a police officer or going to the military, that just wouldn't cut it for me. Um, you know, because I'm not in a capacity to where I feel like I could really serve. Okay. Now, that also has to do, now, there may be a Virgo who could go to the military, who, a Virgo second house, I mean. that could go to the military and would do just fine, but maybe they have Mars in the second house. Okay. So when you add the planets, okay, the placements in the second house, those take on a whole nother level for you. And so having, say, Virgo, if I have Virgo on the second house, but I had Mars there, then that, me going to the military, that might make sense. And maybe I would serve in the military and say like in a hospital, in a, the medical field, or get into the medical field in the military, right? And so the placements really do matter, um, because they add another label onto this. So another thing that also impacts the second house is the sixth house and the 10th house. The sixth house is your daily routine, your daily work and routines. And so, sixth house will correspond as to how you carry out the job that you do. So, the job that you do, or how you make your money, that is second house. And then sixth house is the routine in which you do that. Okay. um, and so whatever, and then the 10th house is your career and your public persona. So it's how people see you in the world when you go out into the world, on the public, and in the public. Okay. And it's your legacy, right? And so, um, whatever element you have on the second house is the same element that you will have on the sixth house and the 10th house. Okay. And so it corresponds. So, me, for example, I have Virgo on the second house, Capricorn on the sixth house, and Taurus on the 10th house. So these houses are the earth in my chart. Okay. And so they all correspond together. And so how I make my money, the way I do my routine throughout the day, it has to be structured in order for me to get everything that I need done within the day. Okay. And then on the 10th house, having Taurus in the 10th house, Taurus energy is all about material possessions and money. It is ruled by Venus. And so the fact that my career is in finance, is in insurance, is I'm right on target with my money energy. Okay. Um, and so when you are looking at your chart, okay, and you are looking at the second house, you do want to pay attention, like, and see the energy that's on the sixth house and the energy that's on the 10th house, because it will give you more insight in how to best express your second house energy so that you can bring more money into you. Okay. All right. So that is what I have. I hope you found value in that. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, okay? And share it out if you know somebody who would benefit from this information, okay? Also, if you do like this content and you would like to subscribe, you can subscribe. Please do hit the bell notification so that you get notified when I go live, okay? Or upload a new video to the channel, okay? And so now, if you're in, you're like, oh, I want to, tap into my money energy. I do have um, in the description of this live, I will put the tutorial. I have a tutorial showing you how you can pull your natal chart on astro.com. It's absolutely for free. You do need to know your date of birth, your time of birth, and your place of birth. And then I also will put a playlist that I have of explaining the different zodiac energies, and also on explaining the second house. Okay, so you can get to know the second house. Once you pull your chart, then I want you to go and look at the video on the second house, and then look at the energies on that house, the energy on that house. Learn that energy so that you start to become more familiar and aware with that energy. And then as you start to become familiar with the energy, then it will really help you to tap into how you can level yourself up financially. Okay. All right. So now, if you would like to book a insurance consultation with me, if you need health or life insurance, or if you have life insurance and you just want to make sure that you have enough coverage, you can book a consultation with me. Also, if you are struggling with budgeting, if budgeting just does not work for you, and you want to try to get a handle on your finances, I do have my money toolkit that I just released yesterday, and so you can go and you can get that as well. It comes with all the instructions and everything you need is within the toolkit. Okay. And so you can book the consultation or grab the toolkit in the at the link in the description of this live video. Okay. All right. And so if you have made it this far, again, thank you for watching. I so appreciate you. And I hope that this live provided valuable insights and a tool to help you to tap into your money, your signature money energy. Okay. And if you found it helpful, insightful, then please do give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts with me in the comments. If you know your second house, if you know what energy is on the second house, share with me in the comments. I would love to see what your money energy is. All right. And so now remember, no one is coming to save you. Okay. And so you have to take care of yourself and save yourself. All right. So until next time, have a good one.